Hello, friends. This is going to be a sequel to yesterday's video. I know the angle on that was really bad. Look, I'm sorry. I'm not I'm not a cam streamer outside of taking videos of cats and stuff. I don't really do stuff with the camera. I strictly do direct feed. So for those of you who didn't like that, this is going to be a pretty complete guide on how to do this, and I'll also post the links in the description. So this is going to assume two things. First is that you have a custom firmware switch. So you can look how to do that elsewhere. Also, SysClock. You will need SysClock, you'll need ReverseNX, and you'll need custom firmware. Once you have those three things, you could run this game pretty smoothly on real hardware. Some people have been able to beat this game on emulator, but seems like you need a pretty beefy computer, and it doesn't like certain configurations. Ryujinx also has some problems with God ray issues, so any level with sunlight will like really basically blind you. It'll be like that Pokemon Porygon episode. So it's not ideal for everybody. I think this is actually the best way to play the game with minimal expenses, and you don't really need a good computer to do so either. So the first thing you'll need is ReverseNX. You need ReverseNX and SaltyNX. I will link you to the GBA temp thread. You can get both of those things in there. There's also actually a releases section in that thread where you can get both of those Switch apps, Switch homebrew apps. Once you have those, they should appear in here. Now you can do it from here. However, there is one caveat. This is what I got stuck on for like over a day. If you have too many games, as you can see, my Switch. I have a lot of games on the Switch. I buy I buy many games on here. If you have too many games and you try to run a homebrew app that involves searching through your game library, even if the games aren't installed, that's one thing you have to remember as well. Like you could be really damaging to yourself and delete a lot of these games, but it would still have problems running. What you'll have to do is you'll have to run the homebrew menu through the Switch. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hold R1 on your controller. I know there's like a million different things that R is called these days. So I'm holding R1 and then I'm going to launch the game. So the Switch only has a limited amount of memory it can give to homebrew apps when you launch it through the album, but it gives the full memory if you go through here. So we'll go to ReverseNX. Now it's already going to be done, but I just thought I'd show the process. So as you can see here, what this is it's asking you to put the mode that you want the games to be in. So if you want the game to be in docked while you're in portable, you can do that, or you can do handheld in dock mode, which is what we've done here. So I selected it already. So system is going to be whatever the game is supposed to be at, but this is basically just tricking the game. So let's go back, exit. Okay, so back out of the game. So I tend to not mess with sys-clk until I get to like a part where I can input the button command without having it freak out, which for this game is pretty much going to be on the main menu where you select your chapter.
Bayonetta.
Okay, so once you feel comfortable, you want to do the button combo for the overlay. Which is L1 down on the D-pad and R3 on the right analog stick. Now you can see this is my Tesla overlay menu. For Edison, I mostly just use that for frame rate patches, but this game does not need that because it already is running uncapped. So you want to go to SysClock, you want to make sure that it's enabled, of course, and then go to docked. Now what this is doing is it's overclocking. What this is doing is it's overclocking the Switch. This game is very GPU heavy. I recommend just putting everything on at once. It's not going to damage your Switch. If you start messing around with stuff that allows you to overclock past the safe limits, I am not responsible for that, but the game runs fine like this. So just go in here, go to the CPU, the GPU. I don't think you need to overclock the memory, but you can go ahead and do that if you want as well. And back out. And you're set. So basically the game is running in portable mode right now, even though it's docked. So it's going to look blurry. It's going to look like, you know, an N64 game from 1997. But you're going to have stable performance. And it's arguably the best way to play this game right now. The emulators are kind of unreliable at the moment, so you might not want to mess with those too much. Ryujinx is just really demanding to use in general, and then Yuzu requires the emulator to be in GPU high mode, which is going to make it really taxing on your computer. So until they push out the update that will make that a little bit easier to run, I recommend just doing this. So let's go ahead and do a quick amount of...
Their leader's name is Singularity.
Quick amount of gameplay showing it off.
He unraveled the secret...
Quite the wrong
angle.
Who'll be carrying my luggage? That sword isn't just for play, is it, Kitty?
What? Don't call me Kitty! Trust me, I can take care of myself!
Run while you can! Block off! Block off! Ready? Dog! Do it. Move! Block off!
All that chaos going on and it runs fine. We go ahead and do one more fight. Most of this video is just staring at a menu. I don't know what resolution this actually runs in portable mode, but the native resolution of the Switch is 720p and docked in portable, so
It opens with Umbran
definitely
magic.
looks like it's less than that, but
It seems we really do share a
gotta
path.
take what you can get. Alright, so there you go. Just to prevent this from being too long and getting to the point. Just going to assume that you have a jailbroken Switch, so everything else I will include in the description, but basically just need SysClock, you need ReverseNX, and then the Salty NX tool, which you can find in the description. And then that's basically it. You just need to have a good charger. Now, you can play this in portable mode with a power bank. That's what I showed yesterday. If you have a power bank and you want to play the game more stable while you're mobile, while you're away from home, you can use a power bank or the official charger, but you know, you don't always have access to an outlet all the time. So I have been using a power bank at my caregiver job, and it's worked quite well. You're definitely going to get some diminishing returns with battery drain. So at least the power bank that I have is not able to maintain the charge while the Switch is in max overclock. But you can still get a couple hours out of it. Maybe you can find an extension cable for your official charger. The official charger is basically the only way you're not going to get diminishing returns while you're playing mobile. But it will still work. It's definitely a good quick fix, probably with things you already have around the house. So if you have a custom firmware Vita, it's very easy to set this up. And what's even better is there's also apps that will extract your save file. So when the emulators get a little bit more stable, or you upgrade your computer, or both, it seems like both are going to happen at this point. Then you'll be able to just transfer your save to emulator as well. So if you're worried about that, you don't want to dump a couple dozen hours into this game and then it starts running well on emulator and you have to start over. You won't have to do that. There's multiple other videos about how to do that. I'd rather keep this short. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry for the crappy cam video. I'm not very good at recording with camera. I can take photos and videos of cats like nobody's business, but doing anything else is not my line of expertise. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, you can let me know. But for the most part, you just need to put the NRO files in the switch folder or in the root of your SD card, and then just follow the instructions that I did here. And that's literally all you have to do. See ya.